morning, everybody. How are you? Today we are going to cover two chapters, Chapter 3 and Chapter 5. So, we'll come back. Chapter 3 mainly talk about the basic application software. So, what are the major 5 parts of any information system? People, procedures, software, hardware, and data. Perfect. So, what do we mean by software? What are the major parts of software, the major 2 categories of software? Exactly, we have an application software and operating system software. So what are the application software? Application software are those types of software that are mainly designed to be used by the end user. Okay, what is the operating system software? Operating system software are another type of software that mainly manage and coordinate the functionality and operations among all resources of the computer system. So before talking about the difference between of them, we have to talk about the application software. In the application software, we start Chapter 3. Chapter 3 mainly talk about the basic application software, because under the umbrella of application software, we have 2 categories of application software: the basic application software and specialized application software. So the basic application software are those types of application software that are generally used by everyone using a computer. We may find them in too much different computer systems and computers as well, right? Okay, so let's see. So, competent end user need to understand the capabilities of some basic application software. So let's give a small examples, some sort of examples of basic application softwares, just like the word processor. What is word processor? Word processor, spreadsheets, database management system, presentation programs. Is any one of you used the Microsoft Office package? So what is the Microsoft Office package includes? What does it include? Excel, Word, PowerPoint, Access, Outlook, exactly. Database management system, which is the Access. Okay, so all of these, or all this package, holds number of applications, those called a basic application package, or a basic application programs. It can be found anywhere or in any computer. So the application software is an end user software that is used to accomplish a variety of tasks. While 2 major categories of application softwares, the basic application and the specialized one. The basic, also called the general purpose, because we have some common types of these basic applications. We have to discuss the word processor, spreadsheet, or processor just like Microsoft Word, spreadsheet like Microsoft Excel, database management system, the Access program in Microsoft package, and presentation graphics just like PowerPoint, Microsoft PowerPoint. Okay, the specialized on other side, known as a very special purpose application. Those applications have specially designed to work in a certain discipline for only a certain purpose or for only a certain specific task. Some sort of these applications are narrowly focused on only specific discipline and occupation, like graphics programs. All of you have an Adobe Photoshop or ColorDraw? No, I don't. Me myself, I don't have them, because they are a very specialized application on a graphics, and I don't need to use all of them. Audio and video editor, just like filming and Photoshop. Multimedia authoring programs, the web authoring programs, and the virtual reality programs. All of these are types of specialized application programs. Okay, so now returning back to them, our chapter will mainly discuss the basic application program, which is the first type of application programs. So Among all the application programs, if you notice the Microsoft Office package, you will find that there is some common features between the Word, Excel, PowerPoint, as well as Microsoft Access. All of them has a GUI. What do we mean by GUI? Is a graphical user interface. Okay, it's just an interface. It's the very important portion of the software to the user. The user interacts. Sometimes the main concept of using application or the application itself is the user interface, because people don't have knowledge what is hidden behind all these icons and toolbars and menu bars as well. So the interface is just the portion that allows you to control as a user and to interact with the program itself. So what is this interface? What this graphical user interface consists of? Let's check the meaning of it. Graphical user interface. So because it is an interface, so it will be the first thing that the user are going to see. Because it's user interface, so the user will directly interact with the program through the interface. And then because it's a graphical, this means that it should contain a number of graphics, icons, or some enjoyable ways to interact with the users. We have icons, windows, menus, and toolbar. So this bar called a menu bar. And then we have a toolbar. Toolbar is a bar that contains a number of icons or buttons. Okay, each button of these contain behind it a set of instructions in order to accomplish a specific task. So if we check the button of save, this means instruct your computer to save the document that you are working in. The button of print as well as the button of save, it also gives a printing order as a saving order. We also have a dialog box or a window. I have another set of instructions that is communication with the program itself. So the toolbar is a very quick access to commonly used command, only commonly used command. It contains a number of buttons. Those buttons are just a shortcut of some operations or instructions. That's why we can find the instruction itself in any other place. So if you want to save a file, you can go to the menu right, select save and then save, or you can select only the icon of save. So selecting the icon of save or pressing on the button of save, this means that it is a shortcut. So for example, this is the standard toolbar on Microsoft Office 2003. Okay, do you use Microsoft Office 2003? No. Nowadays, we are using either Microsoft Office 2007 or 2010. So, what's new in 2007, 2010? The new is that we have another terminology called ribbon. Ribbons replace the menu bar and the toolbar by organizing the commonly used command into a set of tabs. So, each tab divides the ribbon into a major activities area. And we may also have a concept of gallery. Gallery is a set of pre-designed styles and pre-designed samples. So you may select the sample or the design that you would like to apply on your document or on your file, and it will automatically going to be applied on the document. So you don't have to make any effort to set a font style or to set a font color or to set a heading style and so on. Setting the margins itself, the spaces between lines as the spaces between paragraphs. So this is the ribbon. Consists of number of tabs that collect the commonly used command, and those what we called groups of the tabs. Okay, these groups are sorted or collected or gathered together by its area of interest. So the home tab, for example, holds all the commands for the home. The page layout tab is holding all the, exactly, this is on the insert. Insert holds all the commands of inserting image, inserting chart, inserting symbols, and so on. Okay, the gallery, as it's noticed here, it is a number of styles that predefined for you, so you can select only any style automatically and apply it. So we have a word processor. Word processor is mainly used for text editing. It is a text-based document. You may make a memo, letters, magazines, newspaper. You may send a fax, you may make a manual, brochures, your assignments, your documents, your research paper. All of these are types, different types of document that can be worked with the Word. Okay. Famous word processing programs are the Microsoft Word, and this is the most widely used nowadays, Corel Word Perfect, and Apple Pages if you work with Apple products. Okay. What are the common features or the word processor features that are mainly for the Word? We have the word wraps. What do we mean by word wraps?
When the line is finished, it's automatically moved to
Exactly. When you're writing on a Word document and the line and you reach the end of each line, automatically the words jump to the next line. Okay, so this is what we called it word wrapping. Automatic moves to text to new line when prior line is full. It enter, override, and start new line. Then we have the editing. In editing, we can find the spelling and grammar checker. You can find and replace keywords or even paragraphs. So replace, find this, replace, or find this terminology or find this phrase and replace it with another one. Okay, this is a very good when you have a very big sized document. Okay, if I want to replace the IT by the word of information technology, so I can just tell the computer to find IT, then replace it with the word information technology. We also have the formatting tabs or the formatting features. It is concerned with the font size and the font colors, as well character effects. We may add some character effects, shadows, مثلا, for example. We may add the coloring and so on. We also have bullets and numbering. This is a way to listing our text. Yes, sequential list. So this is a practice for Word file. We may make it next class on the lab. Okay, creating a flyer. So when we are creating this flyer or creating a report, we search of what are the applied feature here. Applied feature. Insert picture, right? So we insert a picture and then border, exactly. We have a page border. We make some text editing. Okay, so all the text is centralized, written in the center. All the text follow style, specific style. Yes. Yes, we formatted the font by size and color as well. So we use different style and we use different colors and we insert a picture as well as page border. Yes, okay. So now talking about the spreadsheets. Spreadsheets are very programs, very specialized programs that are mainly for numeric data. The program organize, analyze, and graph otherwise any manipulation for any numeric data. Microsoft Excel is one of the most familiar worksheet or spreadsheets application software. We also have the Corel Quattro Pro applied iWorks number. So let's notice here, please. This is a spreadsheet. In each spreadsheet, it's just how it looks like. Yes, it is a number of columns and rows intersected with each other, right? It is a grid of column and rows. Okay, it contains a number of rows, a number of columns. Why? Because I always insert, or most of the time I'm inserting a numeric values. I have to make sure how to insert and interact with these numeric value. Okay, we have something called cell. How can I go to each cell? The cell is the intersection of row and column, okay? Inside each cell, or the cell is a place that holds a label, it may hold a data, it may hold a number, it may hold a name, it may hold a function, it may hold a formula. So this is the cell. Okay, this is a simple example of spreadsheet file. Now we have a workbook file. The workbook file is a number of spreadsheets. So 2 or more spreadsheets called a workbook. Okay. Workbook or spreadsheet or even sheet, just a rectangle grid of number of rows and columns. A cell created by intersection of a row and column. It may contain text, numeric entries. Numeric entries can be a number or a formula. Okay. What is the difference between the formula and function? Yes. The formula, let's start with the function. The function is a pre-written formulas provided by the spreadsheet program itself. So when I tell you insert a number of grades and then get me the highest grade, the highest of all these grades, how can you find it? You just go to the formulas and then insert max, right? We did it in the lab. Okay, insert max and automatically it will compute, or it will get us the highest, yes, the highest or the maximum grade. Okay, as well as sum, minimum, average, which is the AVG, and ايه كمان count مثلا. كل الحاجات دي, all of them are function. Have you write any mathematical function? انتوا كتبتوا حاجة بإيديكم? No, it is a predefined function on the, or it's a predefined formula on the software itself. So this is why we called it a function. But the formula, if I ask you to calculate the GPA for the students, so calculating the GPA of AOU students have a different formula. It's not well known to the Microsoft Excel. So we have to insert the formula by ourselves. Yes, we have to enter the formula by ourselves. We have to select the cells, enter the calculation, and tell the computer how to compute it. So this is what we called it the formula. Formula is instruction to calculate or to process. Now we have another terminology called the range. The range is a series of sequential or continuous cells. So when I say compute the sum from cell A1 to A7, this means that I will make a summation operation or summation problem from that will sum the values from cell A1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7. Analytical graph or roughly charts are a visual representation of data on spreadsheets. We also have practiced the if-else analysis on the lab. Okay. Some other spreadsheet functions or features: financial functions, mathematical, statistical, and logical functions. Okay. This is a simple example we have previously made it on the class. Now let's talk about the database management system. What do you mean by database? Database is a collection of related data. Okay? I want to make a database with the students in the university. So what should it contain? Your names? Address, phone numbers, emails, and okay, all your information, صح? Your name, your ID number, your email, and maybe your picture, صح? Okay, so all these data are on same type? No, your name is a text. Your ID number is numeric data. Your email holds a special character, just like the @ character type. Your picture is an image data type. Okay, so all of these are different data type, but all of them are related to one person, which is the student, right? So the database management system is the program that is set up a structure of the database and contain all these information that are related to each other. السؤال هيجي ازاي in the final. Define the database. What do you mean by the database? What is database management system do? Okay? The database comprises a number of tables, so the data are organized in a number of tables, queries, form, and report. Microsoft Access is the most famous and most popular database management system. The most specialized one is Oracle. Some only features exist on database, just like the relational. This is a sort of relations. We have to define the relationship between each data entity. Okay, we have a tables, so data are listed and sorted on the tables, very huge tables. each row of these table called a record, because if we said that each row contains a student name beside his ID, his address, his email, and so on, his grades, maybe a number of courses, so this is called a record. I make a record. This is a collection of different type of informations. Okay. Each one of these information called a field. Okay. So the cell itself called a field, the row called record, and the cell called field. The records are most of the time are sorting. We have a way of retrieving the data. We are retrieving the data using a queries. Queries sort of question requesting the data from the databases. We also have the forms and wrappers. Wrappers give us a summary of the all over information or the requested information on the database management systems. And the forms is the way to insert your data to the database management system. So when you establish a new email, there is a form that you have to fill, right? Your name, your first name, your last name, your surname, and then exactly your country, your postcode, and all of them. So you are filling a form in order to insert data to the database management system. So this is how it looks like. Now let's, yes, returning back to the previous slide. Okay. Yes, each row, this is the highlighted row, this is a record, and each one of these called field. Okay. Sorry? This is database. This is database. This is table of database. Okay? There is another different tables on this database, and there is a relationship between all these tables. Okay? Presentations are very interesting programs. These programs create virtually interesting presentation, as we have seen right now. So this is what we call it a presentation. It combines a variety of visual objects to present attractive professional presentation. We're using Microsoft PowerPoint, so this presentation is made with Microsoft PowerPoint. We also have a choral presentation and Apple Keynote for Apple devices. Yes. So, presentation graphics has some features, such as slides, auto content weather, design template, content template, animation, transition, and master slide. Let's check off them. So design, slide, or page. So those are called the slides or the pages. Auto content weathers. So we have a weathered for contenting. Insert. Let's check it. Design. So page setup. So from the page setup, or let me check it for a while, please. New slide. So this is the weathered. So this is the slide of auto content weathered, which
this is the views of the slides.
Exactly. This is the weather that hold how you arrange and sort and preview your content on the slides. Okay, so it comes from here, from this weathered. Also have the design template. A number of different designs can be shown here, so you may select any one do you like. We also have animation. Control the motion of the slides, the motion of the text or the content of the slide itself, and the transition from one slide to another. How do you want these slides to motion? Okay, a number. Okay. Yes. We also have the transition from one slide to another. Okay, and we have the master slide, which is the most important slide that we have to follow. Maybe it always be the agenda دي بنكتب فيها كل حاجة مهمة عندنا. So let's go back to our slides. Now we have something called integrated package. Integrated package is a single program that it's only one application program that provides a functionality of different other widely programs. It is very popular and is very useful to use it in home. It classifies as a personal or home-based software. The advantage is that it's not that much costly and it is very simple to use. The disadvantage is that it is very limited on its functionality. The most widely used one is Microsoft Word. We also have another different concept, which is the the software suite. Software suite, we have a number of different suites. What do you mean by suite? Suite means collecting a separate applications program, bundle them together with each other and solid them as a group. Exactly like the Microsoft Office. It is the number of applications solid together, bundled and solid together. Whole package. Yes, different types of them. First one is the productivity suite or office software suite, just like the Microsoft Office. You will find Word programs, you will find Excel or spreadsheet programs, you will find presentation programs and database management system programs as well. Then we have the cloud suite or online offline suites. We have also special suites and utility suites. Utility suites like security suites, which is the internet and network suites, اللي هم Norton Internet suite. Let's talk about them in details. Sorry. Cloud suite. What do we mean by cloud suites?
Cloud
Do you remember the concept of cloud computing? Is to use remote activities, remotely using some sort of activities that they are not installed on our computer, right? So this is under the same concept, using Google Docs. So Google provides you with a number of programs, with a suite of Google Docs that enables you remotely to use all these applications. We also have some specialized suites that like the video and animating suites, or even some professional suites on web utilization suites. We also have some utility and security suites, just like the Norton suites and McAfee suites. They contain intrusion detection system, intrusion prevention system, firewalls as well.
Total security.
Exactly, it is a suite. So if there is any virus attempt or any attack attempt to access your computer, they are preventing them by the intrusion prevention system. But what the case if they are gain access to your computer, they will detect the virus or the attack using intrusion detection system. So this is on the utility suite of Norton suite or McAfee suite. So this was chapter 3. Thank you guys for attending this class, and now let's start chapter 5. Chapter 5 is talking about system software. This is the second part of the softwares. Okay, before interacting with the computer and before giving the computer any instructions, we have to know how this computer functions, right? How this computer do all the process and programs running behind the scene of the computer, how all this functionality take place on our computer. So we need to know, what do we mean by operating system? Operating system is the system that makes simply the computer operate. Okay, so we have something called system software. System software handle all the technical details on your computer. They are managing the operations and the functionalities between all the computer resources. So on system software, we have a number of things that are collaborating together. The operating system, utilities, device drivers, and language translator. Yes. So the operating system are the system that you are installed on your computer in order to make your computer and programs handle all the technical tasks, including managing all your computer resources. So we have a different type of operating systems. So for example, Windows 7, Windows Millennium, Windows XP, Windows Professional, Windows 2000. We also have Mac operating system for Apple Macintosh devices, right? These operating systems are just a system as any regular system. They provide a user interface between the user and computer as well. It is required to run different applications. These user interface are very famous interface. It makes it easy to interact with the computer. It consists of number of icons and toolbars and menu bars as well. The main functions of any operating system is, first of all, to manage computer resources. It coordinates the memory, processing, storage, and printers, as well as any attached device. It monitors all the system performance. It provides us a way of security and privilege and authentication techniques. It starts up the computer when you switch on your computer type. It provides a user interface, either character-based or graphical-based interface. So if it is graphical-based, it's a number of icon and list. If it is character-based, it's a number of text that you should press it to take you to another resources. It runs also applications, a number of applications with a different concept. The multitasking application. Multitasking applications mean that you can run many applications on same time. Your computer or your operating system make a variety of tasks on the same time. Some of them are foreground and other are background applications. So the active application now here, which is the opened application, called a foreground application. So now I'm using Microsoft PowerPoint as a foreground application. But behind this application or behind this window, I'm opening another different applications.
Can they have music that's called background?
Yes, you can. Yes, you can open or listening to some different type of music. This is called a background applications. Features of operating system: booting. The process of starting up the computer called booting. But we have two different types of booting: the warm and cold booting. Warm booting when your computer is in its warm state. So the computer is switching on, but it's on sleep mode. So you have to just restart it without turning off the power. The process of opening your computer while it's totally shut down or turned off, this is called cold booting. It starts a computer that have been turned off. Now we have some features or some common features with the application software, just like the icons, the pointers, which is the mouse, the windows, menus, dialog box, and the help. So, yes, you have a question? Okay. So, number of tabs, windows as well. We have some sort type of folders, files. This is the desktop background. So the desktop, this is called background and this is called a foreground. Exactly. We have a number of icons here. Okay. Categories of operating system. We have basic different categories of operating system. There are three different categories. The first one is the embedded operating system. Embedded operating system are very small version of operating systems. Control devices such as your handheld, your mobiles, your tablet PCs, your iPad, all of them are called embedded operating system. Okay, they are handling video games systems, handheld systems, and small electronics. We have also a network operating system that is specially designed for controlling computers that are linked together in a sort of networking communication. And the last and the most common type of operating system is the standalone operating system. This is what you are installed in your computer to control a single desktop or notebook or laptop computers. So, an operating system is often called a software environment or a platform environment. They're commonly used for individuals, the Windows, the Mac operating system, the Unix for the network, and it's originally designed for the web, and the Unix, which is a non-proprietary and it is a free version of the Unix. The Windows, the most popular operating system that we are installed on our computers, right? It's used for microcomputer operating systems. It comes with very different versions. Microsoft operating system 7, we have Microsoft operating system beta, we have also Microsoft operating system XP, XP Professional, XP Home Edition, we have Millennium. So all of these are Windows. It's created by the Microsoft company. The Mac operating system designed to run only on Apple computers, and they are designed by Mac company. One of the most innovative operating systems, but not widely used as much as the Windows. Okay, Mac operating system have something called boot camp. This is allow you to run both the Mac and the Windows itself. How to run Mac operating system and Windows operating system on same time? Okay, let me go to this slide. Something called virtualization. Virtualization means that ability to support multiple operating systems on one single physical machine. So one of them will work as a host operating system, the original operating system, and this is the Mac operating system, and the second one will be a guest operating system, which is the Windows operating system. This physical machine can logically be splatted or separated into two separate parts, independent virtual computer called virtual machine. Exactly. Let's return back to examples of operating system, the Unix and the Linux. Unix operating system mainly designs to run network microcomputers that are connected and communicating with each other by servers on the web. Linux is a version of Unix. It's an open source and non-proprietary. Some sort of embedded operating systems are the mobile phone operating systems. Do you have a mobiles?
Sure. No.
Sure. I don't have a mobile. Okay, what's your mobile type is? Nokia? Nokia. Okay. And you?
Nokia and BlackBerry.
Nokia and BlackBerry. And you? Nokia. Mine is iPhone. Some people use Samsung, right? Okay, so we have different types of mobile phones. So all of these mobile phones can gain an access to the internet and can make some computerized activity. In order to do that, they should have to have their own embedded operating system. So we have different types of operating systems for mobiles. The Symbians, the BlackBerry operating system will work well with the BlackBerry machines. We have the iPhone operating system for the iPhone mobiles, Android for Samsung, for example, and HTC. Also have a Windows phone. This is for Nokia. Okay. Now let's talk about the utilities. What do we mean by utilities? Utilities is the second part of the system software. Do you remember we said that it is the integration of operating system, utilities, and device driver. So we have done with the operating system. Now let's talk about the utilities. What do we mean by utilities? Utilities is a very specialized program that make the computing easier. Most initial utilities that you may use on a daily basis, the troubleshooting and diagnostic programs of what? Of any problem, of any internet connection, of your wireless connection. So if there is any problem in that, you just press troubleshoot the problem. So how we... It solves the problem, it diagnoses the problem automatically and try to propose a recommended solution, right? So this is one of the utilities. We also have an antivirus, a built-in antivirus program. We also have an uninstalled programs. How do you uninstall any program? Just control panel and just exactly select and uninstall. So this is another type of program. Make this functionality to uninstall your programs. It is one of the utilities. The backup program, okay, the cleanup, the compressing of the file, all of these are examples of utilities. Type. Windows utilities access from the system toolbar, as I said, sometimes from the control panel also. We may use it for some functions as backup and restore. So we may take a copy of our work or our data, or we may restore the files and restore the system to its original status. We also have a disk cleanup. Disk cleanup, what do you mean by disk cleanup?
That's precise or merge the...
Increase the capacity of the memory by removing all the unwanted files or undesired files. Disk fragmenter is the process of rearrangement of the files and folders on your computer in order to free more space in your capacity. Sometimes you have sort of utility suite, as we mentioned previously. It is a group of programs that are bundled together for sailing. We have the Norton System Work, McAfee, and V Communication Suite. Now, the last part is the device driver. What do we mean by device drivers? When you buy any device or any system card that should be attached to your computer, you should have to define the driver, right? There is a CD called a software called a device driver. Yes, what do you mean by a device driver? It is a program that allows communication between the computer and the device, the attached device. So it loaded into the memory each time when the computer is started and set the regulations and the way of how the computer will interact with this device. When any new device is added to the computer, you should install the device driver to the computer. So when you buy a new printer, you should install the driver of the new printer as well as the scanner or any external device attached to the computer. So this is the end of our chapter. Thank you guys for attending chapter. If you have any questions, thank you so much. Thank you.